Hello and welcome back to part 3 of my Arma 3 mod review, where we're looking at the Cup vehicles. So this part won't be as big as the other parts, because there's not that many vehicles in the independent factions that require a lot of in-depth analysis, such as the other vehicles like the hovercraft and the big boat. Just like last time, we're using JSRS for the sounds and Blastor for the big flashy effects. Oh, and we'll also be covering civilian vehicles in this part, so we'll just get straight into it. So first we'll be looking at the Royal Army Corps of Sahlani, which features the vehicles you'd expect. They've got a mixed match of vehicles. They've got the service trucks that you'd come to know by now. They have Land Rovers from the British. They have M113s from the Americans. Really old APCs that don't really match up to today's standards. They have a Vulcan minigun APC, which is pretty cool. They also get a UAZ from the Russians, regular pods. They get American LAVs, American MLRSs, the American amphibious AAVs. They also get American style statics like the M109, the mortar, the M2 machine gun, and the searchlight. But I think all factions get a searchlight, so it's whatever. They get American style helicopters, such as the Black Hawk with all the guns, the Little Bird with the rockets and guns, and the Transport Little Bird, the medical Black Hawk, the fully armed, fully loaded Black Hawk. They also get old school Hueys with lots and lots of guns on them, rockets, lots of different pylons. They get British style helicopters. They also get a Chinook. They get the M60 pattern and a T-72, which is a bit odd combination of tanks there. They get a Gryphon, and they get a C-130 in two different types, the vehicle and the troop carrying one. They get landing craft and boats with grenade launchers and mortars and stuff on the back. They get a big landing craft, two small landing crafts of different colours and different shades, and they get a massive boat that the New Zealand gets. So this is the Royal Army Corps of Sahlani. They get a mixed match of vehicles from various nations, and we're just going to move on to the next one. Now we're looking at the National Party of Chernobyl. They get the usual, you'd expect they get Russian vehicles from this. So they got BMPs, they got the Idlers, they got the ZU on a truck, got BRDMs, the little crappy APC that everyone gets these days. They get Cords, mini Tridishtums, ZU-23. They get the bites with the really cool camouflage on them, the Flames. They get T-72, a T-55A, and a T-34-85M, which is a bit interesting. And they get an assortment of various Land Rovers and cars and stuff, like with boxes with BTRs on top, and armoured ones and armoured boxes with BTRs and ZU-23s and crap like that. So this is the guerrilla faction for Chernobyl. They also only get one truck, and it's a troop transport truck, but there's no service vehicles. How odd. Right, on to Tatistani locals. They get an assortment of really crap trucks, actually. There's all the service trucks, but they're all the really crap ones. Like the V3Ss, they're really bad. They get really old school BTRs. This is the Takistan guerrilla faction, so of course they get all the really bad stuff. They also get Hueys, really old school Hueys. I wouldn't have expected this faction to get actually aircraft, but they get Hueys. They get BRDMs. As you'd expect, they only get one BMP. It's the really old school BMP 1 without the new age ATGM. They get a T-34-85 and a T-55A, which is pretty very old school. I mean, a T-34-85 should be in a museum. They get all the stats you'd expect, and they get a smattering of off-road Land Rovers with different weapons on top. And as you can see from the ground, I've had a few incidents while setting this one up. Now we move on to an interesting faction. The United Nations are also in this. We got UAZs painted white in a nice camouflage. I like this. Can someone tell me in the comments why the United Nations get really old crappy Russian stuff when they're mostly sponsored by the United States? I don't get it. They get the service vehicles, Urals. They get statics, as you'd expect, Dushtums and all that jazz. Really old, crappy weapons, basically. M113s though. UN painting on it, and the cross, the really old crap APC that's painted white and hurts your eyes when you look at it when you're in a dark room. It's my life. BMPs, all the BMP, the three BMPs that you expect. You've got the BTRs, different BTR 60 up to 80As. That's a mouthful. You get a Hind. The UN gets a Hind. The peacekeeping force get a Hind, which is interesting. They get an MI6 and the 2 confederal vehicle and infantry loadouts. And they get a hovercraft. Why does the United Nations need a hovercraft? Now, moving on to the last faction, we have ION. They're the private military company. And they've got some pretty cool camouflages, all basically black camouflages. Now, this is an SUV with a minigun on top. So from the side of the vehicle, you can't really see that it's got a minigun inside it because of the sort of blacked out windows. But on the top, you can see that it's got the round outline for the hatch of it. From the inside, you can see you sort of just sit in the back, where the boot is, and with a press of a button, turn out, you can just pop out of the top hatch with a minigun and surprise everyone. Now, let's just go find some enemies. Oh, I found some. Get ready. Mind your ears. Christ, it's loud. My God, my ears. I'm gonna have to turn this down in the edit. It's so loud. But yeah, effective. Very effective. And then when the deed is done, you want to slip away, you just close the hatch and drive off. Very stealthy. Also, they get heavily armoured MRAPs. They also get a crappy little towing cart. We'll move on from that. They also get the vanilla armour-free troop transport trucks painted in black, but safer fuel truck. These are their service trucks. They have a repair truck, noted by the symbol down below, and an ammunition truck and a troop transport truck. But no fuel truck. Interesting. Can't refuel. They have to go to service stations. You get more MRAPs, more like German sort of MRAPs here. We have Land Rovers and stuff like that. We have bigger MRAPs, vanilla MRAPs, but they're painted in a black camouflage. Vanilla vehicles, but they're painted black, which is kind of cool. There's some BTR 80 and a BTR 80A. No old BTRs for these guys. They have money, lots and lots of money. They have nice painted camouflage. Other MRAPs. They get a nice plane here, very speedy plane. No bombs, nothing can carry on it. It's just for scouting and transport. They get recon helicopters, transport helicopters. No guns, like the black camouflage though, and the ion on the side. That's really cool. They also have some other helicopters, we'll get to that in a minute. They have K-60s with rocket pods, machine guns, miniguns, stuff the other nations get basically. You can put on these ones. They get Mi-24D Hinds with the minigun, and no big gun, but a minigun. But they also get Super Hinds. Super Hinds are a really crap pilot. Not the AI in Arma is incredibly awful. Right, I'm trying to fire at this Tunguska. Oh, we did hit it. I don't know if I disabled it, but we definitely hit it. And now I can't shoot it. And please, pilot, turn around. I can't. It's just he's flown straight over the enemy, so now I can't actually shoot at them while they have time to prepare defences for me. The Super Hind has a massive cannon. I'm not entirely sure the calibre of it, but it has 750 bullets and makes really loud noises when it hits the ground. So, deadly, pretty big. It's bigger than a minigun, I'll tell you that. It's got rockets, ATGMs, and they have dumbfire rockets that the pilot controls. But I am way off because I think the pilot is not holding us steady here. Let's get some rockets off of these tents, or missiles off of these tents. Missed that one. I hit the engine deck of this, T-55. No, that's down. Looks like a T-72 engine deck. He's down. T-72 through the fog. He's also down. Right. That's most of the tanks taken care of. Now we can use this immense cannon. Actually, thermals is probably the best bet here. I can't actually see anything otherwise. Hopefully the pilot, the amazing AI pilot, can actually get me in for another shot on these guys. Come on, turn the helicopter around. You're just giving them 3 shots on our tail rotor. And it's my luck, so it will happen. It will definitely shoot at the tail rotor. Come on. Okay. This is not helping. The gun has some constraints, I've just found out. And the shell velocity of the gun isn't incredible. Oh, he's trying to fire rockets, bless him. He has missed. Actually, so have I missed on this quite a lot. But the splash, it's got some incredible splash damage on these bullets. Can I take out these while I'm being shot? Nice, got a rocket off on him just in time. I think I hit him. That's a tank, that was. Out of those 4 tanks, the one that I missed started shooting me. Oh, what's this? Pickup truck? No match for my cannon. Massive cannon. So yeah, Super Hind. Pretty deadly. Much like most Hinds. But this one has got a big cannon. And it's more modern. It also looks cooler as well. But anyway, moving on. Right, so moving on to the civilian faction. I've gathered all of the civilian factions and put them into one neat assortment on the runway here. Maybe neat is not the correct word for this, but it's all the assortment of all the civilian versions of vehicles that you've probably seen already within the military. So we got like crappy old cars, we got like old trucks and jeeps and Golfs. It's actually a Golf. It's actually named a Golf in the game, but it's got a weird badge, so I don't know. It's not really a Volkswagen though, is it? We've got Land Rovers, we got Toyota pickup trucks, we got SUVs, the towing tractors. Although I don't think they tow anything real. Well, maybe they do tow stuff because there is planes for the civilians, but I've never used them. So we got old buses from Tajikistan. We got old cars from Tajikistan. There's motorcycles from Tajikistan. We have like larders, really old stuff, decorated larders, cool, nice, cool camouflages. We got British style helicopters here. I keep forgetting the name of that particular one, but I can't remember it. With different names. Yeah. Basically, they just get really old, crappy vehicles. Maybe not completely crappy because they get MI8s and they're not incredibly bad, and MI6s, but they're not incredibly bad. So yeah, that has been Cup vehicles. Basically, that's everything. Everything done in 3 parts. Insane. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the videos, the part 1, part 2, part 3, all in the description down below, or at the end of this video you'll see a pop-up saying this video, part 1, part 2, part 3, all in there. Thanks for watching. If you want, like the video, grow my channel, all that jazz, it's great. I would also comment down below. I read all your comments. Maybe I don't reply to them all, but I read them all. And I'll leave a like on your comment if I see it or whatever. But like the video, subscribe for more. Loads more videos coming in the future. Maybe not all Arma, but loads of videos coming in the future. And subscribe, comment, like, and I'll see you next time. Oh, I was expecting it to actually explode. So, oh, there we go. A bit late. Never mind.